Here we go. Let me just put my notifications off. Yeah, I think that will work. And I think I am live. You know what? I think I have been doing my Instagram lives incorrectly. But anyway, let me go back. There we go. Okay. Hello, Wendy. Nice to see your name. When I came back, I was in a different window. I'm just going to, for just 1 second, go over just a few things that I did earlier today because my phone has just been pinging like crazy. So if anybody is interested in, like if you're local and you're interested in coming to this class, drop me a line. So this is called the fan card. And if you don't know, hi Judy, if you don't know how to get a hold of me, there's my email address. So if you are local and you're interested in this live class called the fan card, just drop me a line. But my classes are on Monday and Tuesday. So, oh no, they're not. My class is Monday morning and I only have 4 or 3 spots left. If you're not local, but you're still interested in this, drop me a line and here's what I can do. I can cut you a kit with any color combination that you want, which will also give you my my cutting dimensions and the tutorial. Okay, so if you are interested in this, $9. If you're not local, plus shipping, will give you an entire kit, but no stamping. And you will get the PDF tutorial. And you will also receive my cutting dimensions for getting all of this beautiful fan thing together. Okay, so that happened this morning. Now, another thing that happened this morning, and there was also great interest, was this little tote bag. Okay, so if you are interested, because I had some people say, I don't have the dies, but I really want just the pieces to create that. I have created, I went ahead and I just, I think you can see it. They're in little plastic bags. So I have created 4 little, let me move that. I have created 4 little bundles. So everything that you see here is in these little bags. So you'll get all of the pieces to create the bag. You will get the, what I call the leather covered look of the handle, the pocket, and the bands. And you will also get the sunglasses. You will also get a little piece of the twine. Why did that happen? Okay, my little key got unstuck. So you will also get the key and a little piece of twine to attach that. So I have these 4 that I have pre-cut. So if anybody is interested, let me know. I know one girl is interested for sure, and there might be more. So I just went ahead and did a bunch of cutting. Okay, here is why we are here. Let me straighten my camera a little bit. I think I'm straight. There. Now I think I am more straight. So here we go. Again, I will be, last thing I do is my cover and my spine if I so choose to do my spine. Okay, we've done this. And then after my live last week, I realized this spot here, I forgot to put in a picture. And I think I wanted Owen in his baby bucket thing here. So you know what? Let's cut that down. I so appreciate you girls coming and joining me in this. So recall, this is what we did all last week, and little gummy pieces do not work for me. So this again is a pocket. My dad. You want to make sure that your photos are nicely tucked right into your pocket before you actually close a pocket. Now, I'm still not 100% sure. Can you girls hear me? I'm still not 100% sure which way I want this little picture of my Owen sitting. I've got to clean that. That's going to bother me. Let's get the white border off of here. You know what? Let's take a minute and I'm going to show you how I clean that. So just with hand sanitizer, if I put a little drop right on my cutter, this was not a planned portion, it helps to release the glue. Okay. Do I have paper towel? And I don't, but I have tissue. I think paper towel works a little bit better, but let's get that cleaned off. Oh, good. Loud and clear. Does that mean I'm yelling? I'm always worried. Oh, you know what? Girls, I have a question for you. I've noticed that a lot of YouTube channels that I subscribe to, actually, I think all of them, but anyway, I always get a notification saying, hey, Denise is going live in 30 minutes. Do you girls get that notification? I'm not sure, because I'm still learning. I'm not sure if there's something that I need to be doing at my end. Okay, so I don't know if you noticed all the gummy that was sitting right here. It's pretty much gone. Okay, so that's just hand sanitizer. Okay, so let's trim this side. Yes, we can see you. Yeah, but before I go live, do you get notification? I don't know that Denise is going live. I'm not sure how that works because I don't see at my end what you guys see at your end. I get a notification at the time you go on. Okay, but not before. I'm going to have to look into that because there are many YouTube channels that will actually give you like it'll say, hey, Judy French is going live in 30 minutes, right? Rather than just the moment I go live. I'm just wondering. Okay, so now with this trim, I was hoping that it was going to fit this way. I do not want to cut off his hands. So you know what, Owen? Let's see if I can just tuck in just a smidge closer. I'm like right at his little middies. Right there. Let's see. Oh, and Wendy, you get notification that I am going live. So like in 30 minutes kind of thing. I wonder if it's because you have subscribed and hit the bell. Yeah, that is for sure not going to fit. So then the question is, do I want this picture? I don't know that I want that picture that way. I would rather have it so that it is facing us the way it should. I wish that flap was a little bit longer and I can't have that overhang. So let's do a pivot. If I pull out my mat, and I haven't done anything on that side. So here we're still in the hospital and I've got nothing on that side. So you know what? Let's put that down. Let's see if I can I don't want to cut his head off, but I'm trying to get rid of kind of this little blue area there, which took a little more off. Anyway, thank you for, okay, not 30 minutes before. Okay, I'm going to look into that because I know I love it when I get those notifications from other people. Okay, so now when I grab my pull-out mat, so here's my tab. When I grab my pull-out mat, I see that my pictures are sitting this way. So for me, I want these pictures to be sitting the same way. Okay, so that's going to go down there. This little dude here is so cute, but he's so grown up here. So that does not work. So there is still a hospital picture. And I had organized my pictures. Yikes, where did I put them? I had... This is not good. Yeah, you know what, Judy? All I do when I cut pictures is I start slivering. It's just a tiny bit at a time. And once you get brave enough and start doing it, you're going to realize that it's really not a big deal. You just want to watch where you're cutting and what you're cutting. Girls, I cannot find... I've got like a little stack. Denise, where did you put those? What? Where did I? That is so weird. Sorry, close your eyes for a minute. I'm going to pick up my computer. Nope, they're not under there. Oh, this is embarrassing. And it's not under that. I need help. It's not under my mat. I've got my little flips and flaps, and they're not there. But what did I do with them? I've got all my little containers here, but I just... Well, this is not boding very well. Let me look around the corner. I don't think I went anywhere with them. That is too weird. Oh my goodness. Well, while I'm pretending to do this, maybe they will show up. I didn't put them in between anything. I did not. Here's my album. There's nothing there. Here's my, what I started with. Nothing there. What? How is that possible? I would not have walked away with them anywhere. Let's get this matted while I'm agonizing over that. So I've got this beautiful bag full of nice large scraps of black. Are they in front of your album? They're not. But you know what? We want a smidge of, are they behind here? Nope, a smidge of white. Dean just left. I ran up to kiss him goodbye, but I did not take the photos with me. And these are, this is actually, oh, that's not a hospital photo, but that's Owen's first day home. What? Girls, I had a little stack. And where are they? You know what? I'm going to do something really silly. Just chat amongst yourselves. I'll just put, here's his daddy, our son. I'm going to run upstairs real quick. Look here. on my way. Well, is that not the silliest thing? Found them. Oh my goodness. Wow, Denise. Okay, this is not hospital. But this is, but I want a white mat behind that first. So let's just pull out some of my white mats. They may not be the size I need, but I can always cut them down. That's a really nice width. Okay. Wow, they were sort of in front of me. They were tucked behind two little storage unit. That was crazy. Okay, you know what? I am going to just do a little pencil mark right here. And then we're going to flip that over. So we want kind of that white border. And then we're going to pull in that black mat. Okay. So we're going to flip that over just in case there is a pencil mark on it. I'm going to just put my silicone mat in front of me. That is perfect. Okay. Oh, you know what? It is so crazy, girls, where I'm like, I need to start really talking to myself out loud saying, okay, I'm putting the pictures, or yeah, I go upstairs and I forget why I went upstairs. So you know what? We're all not so different, are we? None of us get to be exclusive. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. And just when you think you're the only crazy person, like moi, you realize that you're not. So there, see how putting that little white border on there and then the black mat, it just causes that picture to pop. And you know what? Let's just cheat again. And let's give ourselves a tiny little line there and a little one there. And then we'll just flip that upside down. I've got a little bit of glue from I ran over a little bit with my Stampin' Seal. But you know what? This is just going to take it right off. You don't want any sticky in your book, okay? Because it's not fun when you're looking through an album and you're sticking to the next page. Okay, so let's find our pencil marks. One is right there. That might be handy for something, but this other piece is trash because it's not big enough for anything. And now that we've got cardstock behind the picture, I'm okay to use my liquid glue. But I don't use my liquid glue on a picture. Judy, I'm glad you said this afternoon that you're starting to feel better. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. Whoa. Let's just move that around a bit. I think this guy here is close to saying, I'm done. What a beautiful day here in Winnipeg. It was sunny and 16, and it's going to be a fabulous weekend. I cleaned our flower beds the other day, and things are starting to pop out a little bit. No blossoms, but things are starting to poke their little heads out. Let's just scooch that over just a bit. And you know what? I'm going to trim just like a whisker. Just a whisker on this black. Yep, that's all. Seriously, like a 32nd of an inch. Looks like a piece of string. So there's Owen. And we're going to tuck him on that pull-out mat. Now I've got some white space here. Whoops, let's come down into the camera. So I never put a picture down until I know for sure that's what I want. So see how I've got kind of white space here. He could go down here, and then when I put another picture, it's okay to do something like that. It kind of gives that kind of like a collage type look. Oh, Wendy, yay. I'm so excited for you. We sold our cottage to our son, and he's actually on his way there right now with Dean. This is still hospital. This is our daughter. This is still hospital. This is my little sister and her husband and their son. Hospital. This is grandma from the other side. Hospital, hospital. I think this is now home. Look at this. Look at Isaac's little face. He's just like holding his little cousin. So sweet. Okay, so that's all home. So the rest of this is hospital. Okay, what are we going to put here? And I have a feeling. Oh no. Oh boy. Water, water. I want to double check and see if I've got this picture in here already. I don't think I do. I love his little hat. No. So you know what? That might be this picture here. I think I have. I don't. So that's cute too. I don't want to double up on pictures. When I come across doubles, we have a room upstairs. We call it our music room. But we have a room upstairs that has like our piano and some of our percussion instruments because our children like to, our grandchildren like to put on little concerts for us when they come over. But one wall is just a solid wall, and it's our brag wall. And so we've got all kinds of pictures on there in black frames, and there's no rhyme or reason. They're just like all tucked in there. It's just a whole brag wall. And so when I come across doubles, it's like, okay, there is another picture for the brag wall. That would be cute. And well, you know what? Let's start trimming this. So I'm going to start down at the bottom because I don't want that finger. So we're going to just, it's not hard to cut a picture. I for sure don't want that shade. So let's, and so when I do trim a picture, I always start small. Okay. I have a feeling we're going to be doing lots of trimming tonight. So hopefully we will get something done. I'm trying to cut away Andrea's hospital gown here, just so that we can feature just baby. We're going to cut that corner. Okay. So see how that seriously is not so scary. So that could work. We could even make it smaller, but I'm going to stop for there for now. Let's see. I really don't want to cut Andrea's head. I love this picture. And I don't want to trim it because there's nothing to trim away. So you know what? We're going to tuck that away. So maybe this page is just going to feature something like that. So let's frame that out. So we're going to get another piece of just our white. So this, sorry if all you're seeing is my backside. So this is just that Staples white that I buy. Let's measure that and we will add 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so we are 5 and, where am I? No, I'm 4 7/8. So let's go 5 for the white. I need a bigger trimmer. Let's go 5 inches. Remember 5 inches for me, please. I'm going to measure this way as well. We have 2 1/2. So I want to go 2 1/2. And so I'm going to go 2 5/8 by, what did I say? Did I say 5? I think I said 5. Let's see if 2 1/2 works while I wait. I think I said 5. Wow, 2 1/2. That's a really beautiful skinny border. I'm pretty sure I said 5. Let's see. I did. So 2 1/2 by 5. And this is just that Staples cardstock, so I don't need to keep it for anything. It doesn't, it cuts nicely, and it's just white, so you don't need it for anything special. But if you stamp on it, it really doesn't stamp nice. It kind of bleeds, and that's the beauty of Stampin' Up's cardstock. It doesn't bleed. When you stamp it, it just stays where you put it. Okay, so that's a beautiful fit. That was really, really skinny, like a really skinny white border, but I love it. Trying to stay away from the very edge of my photo. Okay. So I'm just eyeballing left and right in just a super skinny straight border at the top. Okay, so there's that. So now let's cover that with black. So what did we say? Shucks. I said 2 and, what did I say? This is why I do the pencil trick. 2 1/2, so 2 5/8 is what I did. So we're going to go, we're going to go 5 1/8 and 2 3/4. So I'm working in 8ths is what I'm doing to find my frame. Now, a lot of these other ones are just going to tuck into the pockets. So we've got another skinny border here. Let's take another, just another smidge off on that one side. Do our dry fit. I was so pleased last week when I did my live and was showcasing some of the pictures and placing them down. I actually, someone purchased a tutorial from me, which is really nice. Because I love it when people are creating albums and getting their pictures off their phones and putting them on or in an album on the coffee tables. Okay, here we go. So now our pull-out mat is going to be complete. And what was that? There we go. So I think I like that placement, kind of like that. And I just happen to have this sitting on my desk. Look at that. So this is that packing tape trick that I do. I wish I had another blue one. Do I have another blue one kicking around? Because I like to work in 3s. We could cut another blue one. I love that. And actually, it would look really cute if I had just a whole teardrop of hearts falling. I think that would be really super sweet. Let's put these pictures down. So because we are on cardstock, I'm okay to use liquid glue, but to put pictures down, I don't. Okay, so we wanted that at a little bit of an angle, like so, and then we'll pop this one right there. I'm a little lower than I wanted to be. That's okay. Never add your liquid glue or your tape runner or ATG. Never do that kind of stuff if you're working over top of a photo, okay? So now this picture is going to go down here like so, okay? And then that photo mat, right, is what slips into the pocket of our album, okay? So that's going to come in there. We're still going to figure something out for here. And I think a lot of the other pictures we're going to pop into the pockets just so that we have a whole whack of pictures popped into these pockets. So this spread here, as well as this first pocket page, right? That is going to be like hospital day. Okay, so that's the day that Owen was born. But I want to see, so those are down. Let's see if we have a little bit of ephemera that we could pop up on here. That's the wrong color. Yeah, I need more of a truer blue. And this again is that years gone by. Oh, I love those elephants. But I think I wanted the elephants on that pull out matte. I want to see if there's anything in this ephemera that I could maybe fussy cut out. There's a onesie. That's kind of cute. I'm just kind of fishing through here. And here we've got an elephant with a little blue pig. Is that two there? Yeah, it is. I could maybe do something with that. But you know what? I want to take a look and see. I'll be right back. Okay, I've got a tiny piece of scrap. So this is Night of Navy, and I've got packing tape over it now. I accidentally put a seam in here, but I'm going to find some heart dies, and let's make a few more hearts. Okay, so just hang tight. That's actually kind of cute. Ooh, I'm finding things. I need a heart die that is small. Just looking through my stash here. I do know where there is. You know what else is really cute, and I don't want to go looking for it, is I know I have a die that is buttons, and I love buttons, but this is really sweet. So is this. So we could, with my packing tape trick, we could cut out a baby rattle and even a onesie. I don't think I've got enough of the blue. I need a little piece of magnet. There's the rattle. But if I pull out from the notes and totes, because I was playing with this today, I've got hearts right there. So let's cut that. Pull out our little cut and emboss machine. I've got a special happening right now. If anybody places a $50 order with me before the end of the month, I will enter their name for a draw for a brand new, still in the box, mini cut and emboss. Okay, let's cut a rattle. Let's see how much we can get out of this piece of scrap. And let's cut some hearts. I want to go this way. Let's cut some hearts. And I am not left-handed, so this just feels really awkward right now. And it's not going to go for me. I need to fix my window. Pardon me, my stomach is just growling like crazy. Don't move, little dies. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Kathy Penner, hello. I'm putting pictures in the baby album that, yes, I sadly will be giving away. But here's the thing for me, with these baby albums that I'm creating, we have, don't fall, we have 10 grandchildren, and I want to give it to them all at the same time. So I got a little bit of work to do. Guess what I'm going to be doing the whole summer while we camp? So I've got a piece of open hearts, but I also have these hearts, okay? And so this is just packing tape. That's why there's kind of shiny on it, because it's packing tape. I do that a fair bit. For those that have been joining me for my lives, you will know that I do that. Okay, so these pictures are down of Owen, and let's get, yeah, if this had adhesive tape behind it, I wouldn't be afraid to use it. Let's put some glue down on this. I don't like dimensionals in a book. I like to flat glue everything. So that heart is going to come down here. These two hearts are a little bit different than this one. So I want the different one in the middle. So we kind of have this little trail of hearts coming down. And we could put this rattle up here. Do I have room for a onesie? I don't think I've got, I don't have a big enough piece. That rattle looks out of place, and it would look funny down here because it's not flowing as well as the onesie. So you know what? Let's just stick with hearts. Blue hearts for a little boy. Isn't that sweet? I think that's a really cute picture. A really cute page. Pardon me. I was a couple of minutes late coming on because I was making myself some water. I'm just looking at this. It'd be cute to have a little bunting right here. But I don't have a bunting die, and I would have to walk away and find it. And I don't know how fair that is to you girls if I keep walking away. So Kathy finished her album, and she absolutely loved it, and it was super gorgeous. I was so proud of her. She did such a beautiful job. And she said she wants it back. I get that. I get that when you make something that was just a real labor of love, and then all of a sudden it's like, it's gone. Okay, so we've got this little raindrops of hearts happening. I wish I knew exactly what die set that was that has the bunting, because I would take the time, because I just feel like a little bunting right here would be just adorable. Do you mind if I see if I can go find it? All of the things that you think you should have done, I don't know where it is. I don't know what set it is. But my wheels are turning, and I wish I would have thought of that sooner. So let's see if I can find it. If anybody happens to know what that old retired set is that has a bunting on it. There's stars. Go find it, Denise. It's your album. You're sweet. Wendy, I love you. I love you girls. You just make my day. I love hanging with you. I wish I could remember what it was called. This is such a learning for me. It's like all of the things that you don't think of until you're here doing this. And then it's like, oh, that would look really cool. So this is just one box of, that would be really cool. Look at this. If you put adhesive back behind it, and I'm keeping that out. I loved the shift dies, and I never did play with them enough. Never did. Bunting, bunting, where are you? If I remembered the name of it, then I could find it right away, but I'm not remembering what the name of it was. That's the cracker. Once I find this, it will have been worth the look, right? Nope, nope, nope. I keep hesitating because it's like, ooh, that could work. That could work. That's gorgeous. Not going to happen though. Nope. Oh, that's cool. Cogs. I'll have to remember that when I get into the older pictures. I found a bunting. There you go. There's a bunting. Let's just finish looking in here. Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to show you how I do my packing tape trick for those that have never seen that particular live, and I was using it today. So we're going to grab, and usually what I do is I grab a long strip of 2 inch because this is 2 inches wide, okay? But I don't want to leave you girls again. This is just my little hack, so I always know where my end is. So I just put my tape down, and then with my snips, I cut it, but I keep my finger under here, so I know where my edge is as it rolls away and finds itself a home. And so now I know where my end is, okay? Because you had a little elephant and I think a rattle and something else in it. Oh, Denise, do you have the cradle? Yes, I do. And off the top of my head, I'm not remembering what it's called. But yes, Wendy, amazing. So let's just give that a little burnish. And you know what? I'm going to cut this off because that's another 2 inch there for another. And I love the idea of putting the packing tape on it because it just makes it steps it up. It just makes it really, really cool. Okay, let's cut a bunting. Yeah, I wish I could. I know exactly what set you're talking about, Wendy, and it's boink, gone. And look at, there's a little blue bow. Now with this bunting, let's do another little trick that I like to do, okay? We're going to grab some adhesive sheet, and I bought these adhesive sheets ages ago. I don't know if any of you girls remember, but there was a time when Stampin' Up! Said that they were not going. Wendy, that'd be amazing if you could. But there was a time when Stampin' Up! This is not the sticky side, which means this is. So I fold that over like this. Now here's our packing tape side. Let's put some adhesive sheet behind that. So this is the corner that I exposed. So then all I do is I just pull that down, okay, and I'm going to cut the rest of this away. So when Stampin' Up! Said that they were going to discontinue the adhesive backing sheets, I used them so much that I panicked. And I think I was probably the one that emptied the shelf, because I think I ordered like 20 packs or something ridiculous like that. And then they turned around and they're like, hey, here's our new adhesive sheets. So I need to use these ones up before I start purchasing any of that. Okay, so we've got packing tape on the front, and we've got our adhesive sheet on the back. So when I cut out this bunting, I'm not worried about trying to put adhesive on these tiny little pieces. Now, I've never, let me see what this, yeah, I've never die cut this particular bunting, so I'm hoping that it's everything that I hoped it would be. Let's do this. It's called Cradled in Love. You know what? Maybe I don't own that. It doesn't sound familiar. But I will take a peek. But Wendy, thank you so much. I keep my dies all in alphabetical order. And you know what? Yeah, I pulled out box number 1 that I just fired through. And no, so I do not have Cradled in Love. But I do have Rocking Horse. And that one has a lot of baby things in it too. So Wendy, thank you for kind of that heads up on that. Okay, so let's give this a cut. I'm going to put that down like so. Yeah, when it comes to decorating our album pages, the possibilities are endless. Okay, so my tape is not sticking. Don't move. Let's put our second window down. I'm sticking to everything. It's not cooperating, ladies. There we go. Okay, and we're going to run this through a few times just because we're going through packing tape and we're also going through adhesive sheet backing. And I'm going to come back again. And I think I'm going to go forward again and back one more time. Better safe than sorry. Okay. And one more time. I'm excited to see what this bunting is going to look like. Rocking Horse. I need to remember that. Rocking Horse. Because that will be fabulous. Okay. Drum roll, please. Let's see what this looks like. Okay. Here is our adhesive back packing tape bunting. How's that for a mouthful? Now, I do have another bunting die where the bunting is a little bit larger, but I'm still super pleased with this. Okay, let's get back to our pull-out mat for our album. And let's kind of eyeball that bunting in the corner. And I think I like that, right? Like so. So I'm going to go to this first little kind of bend, or second, I guess. I guess it's the second one. So there is another little bunting for later. It's backed with adhesive back. So let's get that started like right there. Ah, come back, come back. I wish I was allowed to have music on when I do lives because I love music, but then my live would not be permissible. So there's our little bunting. That's a cute page. That is a super cute page. Now, because that bunting is there, does that rattle work? I don't think so. I think I'm trying to put too many things in one spot. I think that might be kind of cute in that corner. Or am I getting too crazy? Too crazy. Let's see. You know what? Let's go without for now, because things like that you can always go back, okay? So you can put your pictures in and you can do some embellishments, but if you feel like you're not done, you can always go back, okay? So that bunting came from, and I mean, I've got balloons, and in this set, you know what? I also have, let's do this. I also have a little bow from that same die set. So this is a long ago retired set called Happy Dies. So we've got the word happy, we've got balloons and stars. Now what you want to do when you start pulling all of this kind of, you could also put it on the top picture, just on the blanket. Oh, the rattle. The top picture just on the blanket. Yeah, yeah, I could. I want to cut some stars. Yeah, you know what? That might be another page. These stars look like they're going to be super tiny, as this bow also looks like it's going to be super tiny. We're going to tack that down. So I've got the stars and the bow on that night of navy. And what I like to do too, girls, do I have an empty one? Not in front of me. Hang on one second here. Let's get that kind of started. I want to show you a little something. This is just crazy me. I know I'm crazy. So this is a lid from Hairspray, or a lid from, let's see, what else? Dry shampoo, or your husband's shaving cream. I actually like to keep these because when I come across all these little dies, so that little rattle is in there. This little piece of bunting is in there, so I'm not going to lose anything. That's just the crazy me, okay? That I like to do things like that with. If I cut things out and I'm like, no, we're not going to do that quite yet, but I'm going to hang on to it for later, it has to have a home. Otherwise, all those little pieces just get lost. And so when I put them in there, they're always in there according to, according to what they are, okay? And you know what? I grabbed the packing tape that did not have the adhesive sheet behind it. So here's the crazy thing. Here is one of the stars. Look how tiny that is. Like you can hardly even see it. It's like confetti. It's gorgeous. Here is another star right there, stuck on my finger. And another one. They're kind of staticky. There we go. And that little bow is right here. But none of this has adhesive sheet behind it, which is most unfortunate. Look at that bow. Isn't that so sweet? Yeah, these stars are pretty sweet. You know what? Let's cut them again. And this time we're going to cut them on our packing tape, adhesive backed, and see if, because these little stars I'm thinking would look really cute mixed in with our hearts. I hope I'm not, I probably shouldn't be on top of my pictures with my cut and emboss machine. Okay, let's just go back and forth a couple of times. Okay, so now we've got 6 little stars. Wow, we're not going to get too far, ladies, but that's okay. So 1, 2, 3. Out you get. Out you get. Out you get. There we go. And, pardon me, our little bow. Our little bow. Pardon me. All of my chatting. I think I need a little candy. Now, let's see if we can do something with these tiny little pieces. And now let's also, before we carry on, let's put all of this away. Especially when I'm playing with dies, I like to put them away right away. Sorry. Okay. What can I do? I've got there's my 2 bows. 1, 2. A little bow on either side of the bunting. It's just getting lost. You could always use that on another page. Okay. I'm going to, whoopsie, I think I just lost it. They're stuck on me. This one, the backing came off already. Okay, so let's put it right there. This one here has backing on it. Wow, they are so tiny, girls. They are so tiny. Come on, baby. There it is. The backing is off. We have our star. Let's put it right here. See how cute that's starting to look? Okay, we have, there's the one that went flying. Now this one does not have any adhesive behind it. So this is the bigger of the 3 stars. So if I put a little dot on these, this one is ridiculous. It is so small. I don't know if that's going to even happen. It is so small, girls. Okay. I have a little dot of glue behind any, yeah, very hard. Okay, so we're going to let that sit for just a second. And then if we grab precision tweezers, whew, is it getting hot in here or is it just me? Where did my precisions go? Because I was using them this afternoon and I probably didn't put them away. I don't think I'm going to find them. Okay, we're going to do it this way. Let's pick this one up. So I'm just on the glue and let's go down right here. Let's pick this one up. I'm on the glue. Nope. Is there enough glue on there? No. Let's pick that little one up. You almost can't see them. Come on over. You need to flip over to the other side, little guy. There we go. Yeah, the adhesive back sure helps on this. This one is so small, it's almost a waste because you can't really see it. So I'm going to pick that one up and put it right down there. Now I wonder if, no, I can't move it now. So look how sweet this page looks. Okay, so that is our pocket page. It goes inside the pocket, but I don't want to slip that in quite yet. I want to make sure that all of this glue just really, really sits. Okay, now let's see. So that would tuck in. Let's put this back where it belongs. The onesie and the rattle. I think that's all it was. And then that's a little pocket for the onesie. So we will likely play with that. These little bows, I'm going to put them in with that. And this pull-out page goes into this pocket right here, okay? But I'm not going to put that in until the morning, but it does slip in there, okay? So there's one side and there's the other side, okay? And it doesn't matter which way you place them. I pull it out this way, you can have the pictures going. There's no right or wrong, okay? And even if you had them going one way on one side and one way on the other, let's see what we can do right there. Okay, we're going to put our eyeglass hearts back with the notes and totes over there. Okay. And I definitely want a picture that is going to, so what I'm actually thinking, so that we're not featuring any person here, I'm thinking something like that. Like just his little face and his feet. Okay, so that's what we're going to put there. And all of that took us like an hour and a bit. So I am so sorry that I have kept you. Actually, do we want that one there or this? I think I like that. I like how his face is kind of fuzzed out. And if I cut that right there, I'm totally okay with that, because this is kind of useless. Why is it there? See you, Judy. Have a good stretch. Have a good stretch. And we're going to be done here in a minute. Let's trim that off. Let's trim that off. Do you girls enjoy this process, or is it really kind of hard to take? Because if you would rather that I decorate an album rather than putting the photos in and watching that process, see how close Owen's head is to this edge? I'm going to trim this side just a smidge, like that, because I want to see if we want, did I cut that straight? Or is it just me that it looks crooked? I might have been crooked in my cutter. I was totally crooked in my cutter. There we go. That's better. You love this process? Okay. That's good to know, because sometimes I wonder, like, am I, not entertaining? Pardon me. All that coughing. Okay. Now, most of the things have been framed. This page right here, well, you can't see. So all of this has been framed, but this here has not. So I'm going to kind of fake frame this and decide if we want it framed or not. Okay? So a fake frame would look something like this. So we're just going to fake frame one side, and it kind of gives us the yeah, I agree, Kathy. It causes it to pop, right? It really does. Rather than having it kind of bleed into the page, I think it causes it to pop. Now, do I cut this white off or do I leave it? Do I cut it off or leave it? I don't think there's a right or wrong. Yeah, definitely framed. Now see, here is where I kind of pause more in the cutting, because it's like once that's cut off, it's done, it's gone. So because that's already white, it kind of gives us an idea of what it would look like in the frame. Leave it, because that's kind of like a fuzzy white blanket, right? It looks kind of cute, doesn't it? Maybe I'll just cut some off. I think I like the idea of some rather than having it that long. So let's just take some. Kathy, thank you for your input. So we're going to take off just some, and that's some. I like it. Okay, girls, let's get that framed. So now we need to measure for our white. But where did I put my T-square? Right here. So remember the size. If somebody could, I think if you cut off where his toes are, it would look like his heels. Yeah, right? Because now you can tell that he's kind of tucked into his covers, right? So I need somebody to write these dimensions down so we're remembering. So we are, you know what? My mat My mat is in the way because it's not giving me my wiggle room. We are 4 and, where am I? I'm reading this upside down. So 4 5/8 by 3 and, where am I? 3 5/8. Let's grab our white. Let's grab our white. So I said that cutter is just a little too small. Where does my orange one go? What did I say? 4 and, I think I said 4 5/8. You know what? I'm going to go by 3. What did I say? What did I say? That was a whole minute ago. By 3 and, where am I here? That's 3 1/2. That's 3 5. I'm going to go 3 3/4. So there's my white border, which you can hardly see, which is totally fine. And let's get a larger piece of black. That is so perfect. Okay, let's get you covered. Oh, thank you, Wendy. And you know what? I've seen a lot of people, they just do one strip down the center, and that's all they do. I don't know why that makes me nervous, but it works for them. So I'm eyeballing top, bottom, and the side. Okay. And so now this is going to be, that height is perfect. So I want, this is, I'm going to go about 4 inches. I'm going to go 4 inches less, about a 1/16. Please fit. It is just a 1/16 of an inch too long. So let's take off. Let's take off about that much. That's it. And I like it. Girls, your help is so fun. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's almost here. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm going to take a picture of our garden and post it like I do every spring, which is the before, and I always forget to show you the after. I like to eyeball my longer side first. I just feel like I get a better view. Okay, Owen, with your sweet little toes. Look at you. See, this is what I wanted. I wanted kind of a long like a longer look. Okay, I don't know where my cap went for that. Let's put you down, and then we can maybe decorate that page. Or maybe I can decorate that page next time, because what time is it? Yeah, you know what? It's already 8:30, almost. Let's put that, I'm going to kind of, like, I'm not going straight. I don't know if that bothers some people, but I'm kind of eyeballing that I'm the same height-ish on both ends, okay? And then we would, you know, possibly decorate that page. Now, if I put a rattle up here, I would want a rattle down below as well. Or we can bunty this as well, which is kind of cute, don't you think? I think another little bunty up there would be adorable. Let's remove that backing, if it's going to let me. It looks like it wanted to right there. Maybe not. Let's see here. We have a friend who lives down the street. They're a little bit younger than us, and he has just gone through cancer treatment, and in the middle of it, his wife passed away, and Dean and I are going to do his yard work for him because he can't. So there's the other half of that little bunty right up there, okay? Now, if I had more little hearts, somehow the rattle seems a little bit lost. Or the bows, I could do opposing corners. No, I don't like that. I actually don't mind this, but I think I like just the bunting. I think I like just the bunting. So here's what this little flap looks like, okay? And then our pull-out mat, okay, which we're going to let sit and dry. And I just felt, oh no, it was just my finger. I was going to say, I just felt some sticky. It's my finger that is sticky. So you want to be careful about that. Now, a lot of these other pictures, right up until here, all of these pictures were actually taken at the hospital. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to frame those, and I'm just going to tuck them in the pockets. So you don't need to watch me do that. And then next time I come back, we can carry on to this portion of the album, okay? So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. Have a blessed weekend. It's almost here. I hope you have wonderful weather and that you have an opportunity to get outside and enjoy the day. Talk to you later. Bye.